Hello and welcome back to Boring Dead Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader. We are in the bowels of the Void Ship at the moment. I did an orange route between systems. I thought it would lead to a space combat, which I was keen to do. It's been a little while since we had one of those, but we're here instead with the tactical combat. According to the text before we came into the map, the Drukhari are on board. Here they are.
Your struggles are in vain. Give me strength.
Crushed one. They don't seem particularly worrying, to be honest. So I think we'll be aggressive in the positioning on this one. Let's get Abelard right in there. I mean, we'll give them cover, obviously. But yeah, you know, we're not too worried about pushing right up into the mix. I don't think. Cassia, probably going to go first. Me, come up pretty high, and then we got Argenta, of course. So Argenta, we got some guys over here, so maybe she can come around this side. There we go. All right, Cassia. Everyone's kind of spread out. But let's see kind of how many she can influence at any point. I mean, there's 3 there.
I am
Alright, bring those in.
Not a servitor.
That's what I might get her to do. It's just kind of...
I'm not accustomed.
How? Oh, wow. She was detonating grenades there by the look of it. Not quite sure how that works. Let's give Dahlia, I mean, you know, don't think we're going to need the extra willpower boost, but why not? And,
Me?
holy shit. Maybe they're like, like kamikaze or something. So it might make sense to kind of engage these guys at range then, if that's going to be the case. What if she was here? Yeah? Okay, she can see a bunch of them here. Oh, that's nice. Damn, she only did 9 damage with it. I suppose it... Yeah, it's kind of a burst weapon, I guess, isn't it? Alright, well, let's maybe come a little bit closer.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Maybe we could do a wide flamer? Yeah, even then, we're not hitting them both, have we?
As the Emperor commands, I
So we'll take that. I mean, to be honest, I might do the firearm heroism.
I crave.
Shoot you again. Damn, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's a choice, I suppose. We could maybe run a bit further.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
A bit closer to good
I'll
people.
do it. It's why I was chosen.
We might finish off the guys that have damage then.
Is not the Emperor's will.
What else have we got?
This is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is not to escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay, we're still going. Alright, can we hit this guy? Oh, that's quite a low chance, actually. Well,
As
maybe
the
we
Emperor
can
commands, I
affect
act.
that a bit.
I'll do it.
She's out. Okay, not bad though. There's me.
I see the forbidden.
I suppose. This again? Ah, we don't really need that, I don't think.
I need no guidance.
Blood.
Tried and tested tactics are the best.
Around here, perhaps. Swarm enemy. I don't think we're going to need to be too fancy about this, to be honest. Let's do a fainting shot. And let's smack
I will
him.
do my duty. Reduce the dust.
Yeah. Let's get a little bit closer. Take the cover bonus. Let's do slice attack. I'll have one of these on. Now we'll see what the single target hit chance is. Like, it's actually 95, so that's pretty good. 86, yeah. Let's just disarm this.
Never doubt me.
I'm gonna. If we leave, it should give us all the loot. To be honest, what's all this? Casing chest plate. No, I think what we'll do is we'll say that's always cargo. Long splinter rifle. That could be cargo as well. I think that's a fairly generic item. So stick it all there. Collect it all. I would have preferred to do a ship combat, I think. I feel like our void ship's in a pretty good place right now in terms of damage it's doing. So if you remember, we're coming up to this Atlassian Expanse or something it's called. Okay, so this is one we've had before. Right, purify with fire. Success. Yeah, that's what we've done before. We could try another orange one, but I don't know if it'll be a... I will try it. Hopefully it's a space combat. A call for help has pierced the tranquility of the uneventful warp flight. Something sinister is afoot on one of the storage decks. 2 squads have already been sent to investigate, and both of them have gone missing. Alas, the only way to learn of their fate is a personal visit by the rogue trader and her retinue. Oh man. Give me a ship battle. Oh well. I mean, it's more XP, isn't it? So in a way, I don't know. I mean, maybe early on you really want to avoid having combats because you don't know what you're coming up against. But at this kind of level, I feel like we're doing all right, to be honest. And we're not that. It's been a while since we had a combat I was that worried about. Put it that way. This looks interesting, though.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
What have we got going on here? That's
I am the harbinger
plague
of discord.
thingies, isn't it? Plague bearers. There's only 2 of them? And I wouldn't be surprised if more come along. But let's just be aggressive. Let's get up in their faces. From our sniper, who we could probably give a bit of extra cover to, I suppose. Pop her there. If she's here, I'm not sure she'll have great visibility. Is there anything? We'll pop it there. Argenta, again, let's get aggressive. Me. So let's bring them in.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Why don't you guys attack each
If I
other?
may.
Whole 9 damage, huh? Let's beef up
Me?
Talia.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Make them
I'm not
run over towards
accustomed
Abelard,
to
I
being
suppose.
ordered around.
Brilliant. So let's mark. This one is. We'll mark them both as prey. I mean, why not, right? I'm thinking they might burst into smaller ones though when they get killed, but I guess we'll see. I'll take that.
If I must. I
Cover.
understand your intent.
Guess we'll expose weakness.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
What's this one? Oh. Okay, I kind of got that wrong. Let's put that on as well, though, I suppose. And then the shot. 93 to 138. Alright. 117. Oh, hang on. Okay, we've got a few more now. Plagued Undead, okay. That's interesting. Hey, Owlcat. One exploit and all enemies in common. I don't know if that's that good. No, okay, well, we won't. I think I'll just end her turn there. I'm guessing all of these are going to raise up. But we have Abelard. Don't want to hit Dahlia with the area attacks that I'm going to do. So if another opening on you is facing us, that's good. I'll do Sworn Enemy.
Victory is imminent.
I'll get a freebie attack, why not?
Grey hair, sure hand.
Cortez. Let's give you a wallop.
Indeed. One fewer target.
And now he could do his flamer attack. Well, there's an undead right here.
At
Go on,
your
then.
beck and call. It will
do
be
this.
done.
Hello. He just went back to full health. Let's keep them out. Either kill them completely or get them out of these clouds. I think I'll do that thing with Argenta again.
I am his will made
Because these are going to be more
manifest.
sort of, lots of low damage targets. I think that'll make sense for...
As the Emperor commands, I act.
As I say, hopefully she can just one-shot
This is
each and every one of
unacceptable.
these.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen.
What I say about one-shotting?
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Bam.
Each strike is a prayer. Eradicated. I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
I guess
As
we'll
the
give ourselves
Emperor
back some of this in
commands,
case
I
we've got
act.
more combat down here. This could end it, though.
Each strike is a prayer.
Right, who's... Oh, we've got one there. Okay, well, maybe we could run. I'll get an shooting angle in then.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
I could flame him.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Is that it?
Just a minor setback.
I think it is. Okay, well, again, I think when we leave this...
The absurdity of your
Oh.
struggle amuses me.
Stand your ground.
Ooh. Okay. Alright, well, we got some more then. I'm just going to start. I mean, they're all over the place, aren't they? So Cassia, again, let's get Dahlia bumped up a little bit. Where's Pascal? I think he's alright. Let's do one of these. We're hitting that one over there as well, I think.
The fury of House Orcelium!
Hit these guys all to jump over there. Is that Abelard? It is, so he can get a free hit on him. You come
If
over
I may,
here.
another foe painted black.
Give someone an extra go. I give Argenta, and then she can run over here and maybe do a burst fire down there.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the
Take
fire
concentrated
in my
fire.
heart.
I'll do wildfire. Get a couple of these.
None will escape the Emperor's judgment.
Wow, he's like that. He's like the guys in Pulp Fiction. Every bullet missed him. But we got some other stuff.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Whoa, she missed again. Very unlike
I'll
her.
do it.
All right, let's come down here.
Rejoice in battle.
Put a burst on him. Might hit a couple.
Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
God, she's got more. Okay.
I refuse. Faith without
Take that.
deeds is worthless.
Question is, do I give her all the shots again? I think I do. I think I do. They're all fairly low health, and she does quite a lot of nice damage. We'll take the devastating attack, though. Remind myself what this is? Oh, the kick.
I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Okay, what else have we got here?
As the Emperor commands. Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Don't know if she can see these. She can see one of them.
I will not.
See, but not hit.
None can escape the
Straight
Emperor's
up right
judgment.
there. How we doing? We've got some more.
Each strike is a prayer.
Still going. This guy.
I'll do it.
That it? I think that's it. Not too bad. That was me. We haven't got that many targets left now. I suppose we've got these guys, so I'll probably go over there.
Sow the seeds of discord.
Who's higher health? The same.
A bloodstone tribute.
That'll do. Is this one again? Go on then, we'll raise momentum.
High momentum.
Got that dude there. Go on then.
Whispers, guide my hand.
I see ya. Where are these guys? There's one there. Right, so let's come
Be
here.
careful not to cross my gaze.
Oh, where's her action points? Okay.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Take a shot on the last one.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Now, is that it? There was a lot more that time. Okay, it feels like that's probably it this time. Now what's this? On vileness and salvation. Interesting. We'll take it. And we'll collect all the rest.
The world will bow.
Okay, well I'm not going to do a red route though, so we need to... Oh, we'll chart new routes from here. There we go. I think I'll make this route a bit safer. Let's take it down to yellow. There we go. Atlassian Reach. Okay, we haven't seen this one before, I don't think. A trickle of disturbing news came from the navigation chambers over the last few days. Allegedly, there is a vast shadow following the void ship through the depths of the Sea of Souls. Mere hours before emerging in real space, the vessel shuddered. An unidentified leviathan had emerged from the roiling warp, wrapped its tentacles around the ship and started squeezing, trying to crack the hull like an egg. Wow, we've taken quite a lot of damage here. The void ship crew did everything they could to release their vessel from the nightmarish creature's grasp. The bulkheads groaned and snapped, entire chambers depressurized, and screams of people left alone with the warp spawn made Vox operators go mad as their hair turned grey. At last the navigator executed an emergency translation to real space, and only the opening of the escape portal made the unknown aggressor retreat. Took quite a bit of damage. So we're going to need to do some repairs, I think, but we'll do it in system. This is where Elliot sent us. We're looking for... something to do with her people. That's all I know. Lord Captain, according to our telemetry, we have arrived at the coordinates you specified. The augurs do not register any activity on the surface of the local planets, biological or otherwise, but maybe the Xenos are using their arcane technology to conceal their presence. Despite this, the augur crew managed to locate a faint signal at the system's edge. According to their data, it is coming from an unidentified vessel drifting in the orbit of a local gas giant. My kin could have been faced with a new threat. Scavengers like pirates or something worse, if they were taken prisoner. Elliot's voice is trembling with something that could be either anger or fear. I am begging you, Owlcat, let us go to the shuttle. I can feel that the thread of fate is frayed and is about to snap. I cannot miss what may be the only chance to solve the mystery behind the disappearance of my home. Yeah, we've got a bit to look at here. First of all, we're going to repair because we've taken massive damage. And just in case we end up in any combats, there's nothing obvious here, but you never know. We've got quite a lot of extractiums at the moment. So if there's anything here, there is. It's 5 plasteel. I've got 53 at the moment, so I think I'll leave it. Got abandoned tech priest base there. We'll package that up. Let's go to asteroid. Lord Captain, there is an unusual cluster of binary asteroids before us, rich in rare metals and valuable minerals. They are moving in a fairly stable orbit, which suggests the possibility of constructing a mining station inside the drift. So did we? Okay. $12 adamantine, yes please. That's the one thing we were really low on. So, very nice. We've only seen deposits of 2 or 3 when we found that before, so that's a pretty nice one. Lord Captain, reporting. Our void ship has passed through a cloud of cosmic dust of unknown origin. Unfortunately, the dust particles were covered with an icy shell that has frozen into a thick sheet on the void ship's hull, blocking some of the technical vents. It will take some time for the servitors to clear the ice. Until then, our maneuverability will be somewhat reduced. Okay. We've discovered some plasma batteries, okay. Now I guess this is what we're here to see. Looks like it. Let's go in. Oh. Intimidated officers. Okay, interesting. Alright, let's go talk to them, I guess. A lanky, haggard-looking officer with sunken cheeks stares at you in fright. His body is shivering as if from a feverish chill, and his eyes are darting back and forth anxiously. Your ladyship, rogue trader, what brings you to our humble ship? Stop shivering like a leaf in the wind, Monkey. Answer me. Have you seen others like me in this system? If you have, Tell me where, when, and under what circumstances your paths crossed and diverged afterwards." The officer's eyes widen at the sight of Yerliet. His face grows even paler than before, and his lips move in a wordless prayer, unable to utter a word in response. "A whirlwind of orange and blue torments their souls. Can you not feel its gusts in the air all around us? Its hues are terrifying indeed." "How do you know that I'm a rogue trader?" The officer swallows, gives you a strange look, and then closes his eyes. "Oh, Emperor, forgive me."
You monkey never learn. I'm beginning to think that your kind is eager to step into our snares.
You gasp, sucking in the poisoned air, each breath scorching your insides with liquid fire from throat to lungs. Every cell in your body is engulfed in maddening pain, as if you were being doused in molten metal, skinned alive and subjected to yet another form of torture. You hear sounds coming from somewhere far away, the moans of your people, the shuffling of bare feet, and light footsteps slowly getting closer. Rogue trader, a long-awaited meeting indeed. You can barely see anything through the haze of agony, but you still remember the voice well, the voice of the Xenos, who devastated your capital world. Marazai's face is hidden behind a helmet, but his tone leaves no room for doubt. He is smirking. Yerliet, who is writhing in pain next to you, is barely able to breathe out. "No, what have you done?" Are you dissatisfied, my kin? I promised that you would have your precious craft world survivors, and so you will. I will take you to them. I might even be there to witness your jubilant reunion. Servo drives whine under the tech priest's scarlet robe in a dogged but fruitless attempt to lift his body. The inferior flesh has betrayed me. You must learn. You must have punished it poorly, Iron Monkey. No matter. As a captive, you will learn how to apply the art of torture to make it fear the very thought of betrayal. Marazai takes a close look at your companions squirming in agony, then gestures nonchalantly to someone you cannot see. Bring in the injectors. The monkey I promised to Tervantius are among them. I do not want these wretches to move an inch until they are in the hands of the Arch-Machinator. As for you, there is a disturbing gleam in the Dracon's eyes. You will have your share of paralyzing dreams too, but I am going to keep you. You are far too precious to be surrendered to a madman playing with fire. You will rue crossing me again. Marazai clicks his tongue and shakes his head. You disappoint me, monkey. I have heard the pleas of millions and the curses of billions. You can do better. His last words fill your head like the deafening echo of a ship's siren. The gas creeps deeper into your lungs, eating away at them hungrily as the agony spreads down your reverie limb. You are suffocating. Are you enjoying the sensation? I had this poison made for you. Who could have thought that a monkey would one day earn such an honor? A special gift from a Dracon. But you're suffering. The Xenos leans closer to you. I knew the taste would be exquisite were I to add a touch of the Drakari's talent for extracting anguish. However, there will be another time for that later. No matter how I wish to play with you all one after another, I need you for a purpose, rogue trader. Komorag awaits you, all of you. Mandrakes, take them. Leave none behind. We've been captured. Obsidian Court. Interesting. Your consciousness emerges from an ocean of darkness and nightmares, as if someone's powerful hand reached into its depths and brought you into the light. In the dark room, long and angular shadows move around and exchange remarks. One of the shadows approaches you, ripping apart the veil of pain and revealing features that look familiar to you. You are awake, monkey. Marazai's voice is sickeningly sweet. He is looking at you with idle interest, rolling a soft and milky-coloured object from one hand to the other. Our toxin master spared no effort to drag you out of the induced dream. I must commend the Nightmare Weavers. The emanations of fear you exuded in your delirium are worthy of the highest praise. However, it is time to finish what you were brought here for. It is time to work for the good of the Cabal, rogue trader. What do you want from me? Only the truth, monkey. It's so very simple, is it not? A little honesty before the powers that be. I have the tools to extract the most coveted mysteries from the deepest recesses of your mind, but I am not interested in your personal secrets. I only want that which will protect my Cabal. Where are the others? What have you done to them? I do not know, rogue trader. Perhaps they are exuding suffering in one of the choirs of pain and torment. Perhaps they are rotting in one of the vats on the tiers below. I care little for their fate. As for your little friend from the craft world, oh, you are going to meet her soon. I bet you cannot wait to look into the eyes of the one who brought you to me, can you? Burn in the Emperor's scorching light, you filthy Xenos. Marazai clicks his tongue and gently caresses the object in his hands with the claws of his glove, making it emit a little squeal. It looks like you've acquired a taste for pain, monkey. Have it your way, then. Resist the inevitable and know a new facet of suffering. The Drukhari gestures to one of the shadows near you, and your head is forced backwards. Marazai brings the hand holding the strange object closer. You manage to make out translucent, glossy skin, bluish, pulsating organs beneath, and a little head with serrated jaws, before the Drukhari pushes the lava into your face. Oh, I failed a Corrales test. Sensing warmth, the creature springs into motion a moment later. As it blindly pokes at your skin, it discovers your nostril and rushes forward, stretching the skin and tearing through the mucous membrane. Unbearable pain overwhelms you as the lava begins to force its way through the soft tissue and cartilage, each of its movements causing a crunching noise to reverberate through your skull. The creature greedily bites into flesh and moves ever upward, past the bridge of your nose, past your eyes, and then something alien invades your consciousness. Darkness clouds your eyes, but the sensation of an alien presence does not relent. This is not a conscious mind, but something primitive yet unbelievably strong in its unknowable pursuit. It is crawling around in your thoughts, scratching them with its sides and changing their shape. Perhaps all this is just a bad dream, a quirk of the intellect exhausted by endless troubles, a calumny of a mind too weak for the burden it was made to carry. A stray light dawns at the edge of your perception.
You have disappointed us, rogue trader von Valancius.
Okay.
Time to leave my mark upon the galaxy.
Interestingly, what we got here? Lord Captain, we have received an astropathic message from Dargonus. Achilles Skander reports a Xenos raid against a merchant ship in Gartrafol's Calamity. A new message from Master Scalander, Lord Captain. Achilles' aides have reported that the Xenos leader will be heading an attack on the Paradise World Grantis. Okay.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Alright. Where am I now? Oh, this is Achilles Scalander. We have identified the breed of Xenos that pose this threat, the Eldari, humanity's ancient and insidious foes. I focused all my attention on investigating the attacks across your protectorate. I suspected that there was something bigger behind the Xenos attacks, but... This you keep up for ages. Come on.
Embrace true power.
Oh, it disappeared. Says Lord Inquisitor. How is it that you were the only soul who managed to escape the trap on Rykad Minoris? How much truth is there to the rumors that the heretic Conrad Voigtvir is spreading about you? Now we remember that conversation.
I
Wasn't
tread
that
a
long ago.
path unexplored.
Do my eyes deceive me? Explain yourself, Ellen Tack. I didn't read the rest of that. Why is there a shard of Krudorak in your chamber?
You are accused of consorting with Xenos, betraying the Imperium, and neglecting the interests of humankind.
Pulsating strands stretch from under Cassia's headpiece, one wrapping around her neck, while the others drain her lifeblood through her weeping eye sockets and mouth. Abelard Wassarian's limbs were amputated and then sewn back onto his body with remarkable skill and precision using human tendons. A bit grim. Pascal's augments were separated, but not extracted from his body, the places where they connect to the organic tissue. Teem with predatory millipedes feasting on the coagulating blood and accumulated pus. Oh, gross. Don't really see any of that, though, it must be said. All of the Cold Trader's bones were broken. Her augmented arm was ripped from its socket, and the bones of every finger on the remaining hand are twisted and sticking out at strange angles. What have we got over here, Argenta? Every exposed area of Argenta's skin is mottled with an intricate pattern of scarlet blisters, crimson indentations, and charred tissue.
The Tribunal is waiting for your explanations. Come closer.
No! And here comes our principal witness, the rogue trader herself. Heinrichs gives you a cold look. If the presented evidence was not enough to convince you, her testimony will conclude this confusing case, full of oath-breaking, lies, and heresy. You dragged this girl into this trial and now expect someone will lend an ear to the lowly heretic's testimony? I thought better of you, Interrogator Van Calox. I was so very wrong. Lady Theodora's voice sounds even harsher and angrier than you remember. The Lord Inquisitor makes a vaguely dismissive gesture. Enough, let us speak. The sooner this business is concluded, the better. Then let us continue. Shielded by the powers of the warrant of trade granted by the Imperium, Theodora von Valancius more than once allowed herself to openly collaborate with Xenos. You have never seen such a contemptuous grimace on the interrogator's face. She plunged her entire protectorate into apostasy and heresy, including the current rogue trader, and went out of her way to prevent the Inquisition and me personally from maintaining order inside the Expanse. Does the rogue trader admit to fraternizing with the Xenos, serving them as a puppet, and rejecting the God Emperor's blessed light for the sake of her heretical desires and base profit? We could try a willpower check, we're pretty high in that. Succeed. You try to recall anything at all, but your thoughts keep swirling like a turbulent maelstrom in your head, and searing pain grips your temples. We've rejected the vision. Heinrichs bends over you with a crooked smile. Rogue trader, are you all right, or was your heretical association with Xenos so disruptive that you lost your mind? The mocking words do little to hide his irritation. The interrogator is obviously displeased with the turn the conversation is taking. The Inquisitor leans forward slightly at the sight of your anguish. For a brief moment, the boredom in his eyes is gone. It was amusing, but the joke has outstayed its welcome. Theodora shoots the interrogator a nasty look. It is painfully obvious this heretic is dancing to your tune. Her word against mine? You had lost before you even unsheathed your blade, Heinrichs. You need not worry, dear Lord Captain. It was not my intention to bring up unsupported claims. Heinrichs produces a data slate and skillfully manipulates the device until he locates the necessary information. The rogue trader uncovered the crimes of the Eldari on the most important agri-world of the Von Valancius Protectorate, which feeds many Imperium colonies in the Expanse. But instead of purging the planet of the Xenos menace, she allowed the Inhumans to take refuge in the shadow of her power. They are corrupting Genusian society even as we speak, and who knows, perhaps another rebellion will not be long in coming. The rogue trader's ties to the Drukhari, a different subspecies of Eldari, are just as obvious. Who else could help her divine the carefully prepared plans of the Drukhari, if not another Drukhari? Dahlia von Berinicus von Valancius always ended up in the location of the next Drukhari raid, knowing for certain where they were going to strike. We can do Iconoclast Adherent. The only Xenos plan I'm aware of is the one where they play foul games with my head. Okay. Pushing them out. Indeed. Xavier Calcazar shoots the interrogator an amused look. What do you think she's talking about? She is obviously trying to disrupt the trial. Dahlia von Berinicus, I suggest you watch your tongue and behave yourself. And perhaps, only perhaps, it will be enough to preserve your miserable life. The interrogator shoots you a withering glance. At this point, the tribunal probably wants to know what are the true intentions of the von Valancius dynasty. The rogue trader claims she has been waging war against the Drukhari this entire time, except, was there really a war? Or was it another carefully staged performance? Heinrichs is looking at you closely, almost without blinking. Allow me to explain what actually happened. Dahlia von Berinicus von Valancius personally invited the Drukhari to her worlds, and then used their strength and resources to sow chaos in the expanse, to gain leverage over her rivals. It is very convenient to play the victim while working with those who rob your neighbors blind and terrify the worlds that pay you tribute. How much did you profit from this, rogue trader? Did you think I would not uncover your pathetic conspiracy? Try another willpower check. Enough of this circus, Heinrichs. I did not set up any attacks. Heinrichs' face contorts monstrously, his skin stretched to the limit across the bones of his skull, his voice ringing with fury. Kay Morag, do not try to squeeze between the strands of the web, Monkey. Do what you were brought here for. Are you really saying your war with the Drukhari was not a hoax? And how did you and your foolish subjects know the coordinates of the enemy's ships every time? How did you know their targets? Do you think your expert in all things Xenos was shrewd enough to divine the carefully devised plan of the Cabal's finest? No, only other Drukhari could do that, and even then only a few. This means you were in collusion with them. Bull-headed stubbornness does not befit a woman of your pedigree, rogue trader. But since you have decided to deny everything, I will summon another witness. I am sure everyone will find it interesting to explore this sordid story from another angle. Yerliot silently takes a graceful step forward. If the court so desires, my speech will run like a river and wash away your doubts. I found a shard of my home in the rogue trader's chambers, an entire craft world vanished among the stars, the only clue to its fate resting in the hands of this Monkey. That was when I began to suspect that she had something to do with the misfortune that had befallen my Kruderak. Do not be deceived by her breed. There is a cunning predator lurking behind the fluttering of fragile butterfly wings. The Monkey before you is a bizarre amalgamation of qualities not usually inherent in her feeble species. She has mastered the mysteries of many of this world's cultures, the secrets of the universe and ancient artifacts, the fine art of war, the intricacies of deceit. All are embodied in a single Monkey, however hard it may be to believe. However, the thread that bound our paths broke the moment I realized the Monkey's involvement in the disappearance of my home. To flee the rogue trader, I tracked down and eliminated her chief tracker, who has pursued our kin in this part of the galaxy for many years, and thus earned clemency before this court. So, Achilles did not simply vanish. You helped him disappear. Heinrichs nods curtly. I say he had only himself to blame. An agent who cannot recognize an impending threat is useless. We've already succeeded the Law Imperium check. No, this is wrong. No court in the Imperium would ever admit the testimony of a Xenos. You're only allowed to speak when questioned. But since the rogue trader is so eager to make her voice heard, by all means do. The court is curious to know what you gleaned from this interrogation. I hope I succeeded in spoiling your little show, Marizai. All you had to do was submit, useless Monkey. Trust me, you will pay for your antics 100 times over. You like jokes, do you? I will cut your filthy mouth wide open from ear to... enough. After the spell is lifted, staggering pain pierces your body. Darkness clouds your vision and nausea creeps up your throat, but the wounds you manage to forget soon remind you that you are still alive. Archon Nazrakai. Muffled clapping tears you from the vice of agony. The Drakari in the centre of the chamber observes you coldly from under the golden mask, causing your insides to clench. A Drakon of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest has been cast down by his own ineptitude in an attempt to take part in Thilian A. Kelethril. Never did I think that my eyes were destined to behold the greatest disgrace for a Dark One, a trueborn humbled by a lowly creature before the Council of Archons. That's probably a very low check for us, 0% chance. Okay, look at the Drakari on the throne. One half of his face is hidden behind a golden mask with an intimidating visage. The other half is showing a malicious sharp-toothed leer. The Xenos' elaborate armour is decorated with skulls and patches of human skin impaled on countless blades and hooks. He carries himself with authority and ease, as though he is a ruler who holds the threads of fate of all those present tightly in his grasp. Look at Marazai. There is genuine terror in Marazai's gaze, but his face remains impassive and calm. At one point he catches your eye and you can clearly see he is lusting for blood. Your blood. Look at Yerliot. Yerliot observes every word, occasionally wincing in pain and covering her weeping wounds. Her posture and gestures are full of tension, like prey cornered by a pack of predators. Yerliot shrinks under the hungry stares of those around her. Let's listen to the conversation. With the greatest respect, mighty Nerazkay, Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, first among the chosen, voice of the Overlord of the Dark City, bringer of demise, conqueror of 100 worlds. Nazrakai dismisses Marazai like a bothersome fly. The Council of Archons has heard enough platitudes, Drakon Marazai, and no longer wishes to. Sly intrigues, ruthless chill to jagged ice. Oh, I don't know what else she said. Vitriol verbose the cut and thrust, keep time with fate's own machinations grave, but whose deft footwork leads to naught but dust, while from its brutal finish none can save. This play the puppet master granted me, through murky stalls a path obligingly. The great puppet master, has Vect himself invited you to this chamber? The Archon chokes on his own words, but quickly regains his composure. No matter. You may be our guest, Arabenian, but you are merely a spectator in this performance, and spectators do not belong on the stage, as you undoubtedly know. Do not interfere. The stranger presses a delicate finger to the lips of his sorrowful mask, and says with a twinkle in his eye, "A shadow in the shadows will I be." Alright, got a couple of Xenos checks here, 60% and 30%. Well, we'll try the 60. Look at the Eldari who interrupted the trial. Succeed. The bright motley, the hollow suit, the mask hiding its owner's face, and the graceful subtle movements. Before you stands a Harlequin, another representative of the multifaceted Eldari race. The Xenos catches your eye and nods. For a moment, the play of shadows on the mask appears to twist his expression into a mischievous grin. Damn Xenos, I will burn all of you in this den of heresy in the God Emperor's name. The words almost fly from your lips when a sharp pain seizes your head in a vice-like grip. Blood and nausea roil inside your throat, and the world starts swaying before your eyes. It looks like this creature Marazai shoved into your head is still suppressing your will with all its might, but you can already feel its approaching demise. Okay, well, we'll try the 30% check, because I'm sure nothing bad will happen if we fail. Hey, we succeeded. You have heard many gruesome tales about the atrocities of the Drakari, but the cruelest and vilest always involved Asdrubael Vect, the Archon of the Cabal of the Black Heart, the supreme overlord of Comorag, and the most dangerous of all his dark kind. Listen to the conversation. It has been a long time since the Obsidian Court last saw such an entertaining spectacle as this. The accusations flung at Archon Yeremeris may be serious, but I see no reason to attempt to delve into their substance. The Drakari on the throne looks at Marazai with a hungry leer, clearly waiting for his reaction. Marazai's eyes widen, filled with astonishment and disbelief. He seems to have been certain of the outcome and does not expect what he is hearing now. His lips twist in an enraged snarl, hatred directed at the Xenos on the throne, and yet it finds no outlet under the gazes of the dozens of Drakari in the chamber. The arena will make you answer for this insult to the court. The arena will strip you of your titles and your skin, and the contender's blows will break your bones and your pride. Nothing but blood and suffering will wash away the shame that Drakon has brought upon himself this day. With a hiss of rage, Marazai draws his blades, preparing to fight back. The Archon nods in satisfaction and makes an unfamiliar gesture. The guards draw closer to you. Let us return to you, Yeremeris. The Harlequin's laughter interrupts the Archon and echoes under the vaults of the chamber in a resounding baritone. And all the masks upon their marks now stand. The slave of vanity the spire ascends. The thief and traitor cast downward by her hand. Unbeknownst to all, their fate depends upon a lead unseen, a player green. The Harlequin leans forward and eyes you with genuine interest. Is this how you treat the hospitality of Comorag, Arabenian? The Archon angrily balls his fist, the shadow of his wrath hanging over the Eldari interloper like a thundercloud. I thought your words were worth more. You insult me by interrupting the trial again. The Xenos sweeps into a theatrical bow without taking his eyes off Nazrake's face. You, Archon, speak a just rebuke in truth. Fate's melodies in snarls fantastic have entrapped me here, and when I heard them play, I could not keep my lips from grinning wide. Here comes the hour for shadows to retreat, to where the curtain waits to rise. The laugh, with no beginning, now sends forth the call. None of that rhymed. Weird. Oh. The world is an impenetrable haze of warm pain. You lie motionless. No, you rest. The murky gloom slowly dissolving into nothingness. Sometimes your repose is troubled by unpleasant and persistent tremors coming from the place where your legs used to be. You do your best to ignore them. Away, you vulture, this is not your prey. A vaguely familiar voice reaches you through the curtain of darkness, but your disobedient thoughts refuse to reveal where and when you have heard it before. Was it just recently or 100 lifetimes ago? The trembling coming from your legs is replaced with a violent jerking motion, and then it finally stops. From this phantasmagoria retreat, and deftly seize my merchant vagabond, the puppet master's strings left dangling. Again rise up to take your place, and dance. A spark ignites in the darkness, and its light ruthlessly cuts through the gloom that envelops you. An ugly image of the reality around you assaults your retina. You can feel your body again and realize it is filled with pain. Your shoulder is sore from an injection. Till I get a cup of recaf, my vital status is yet to be determined. Alas, the bliss of death will save you not. The whirling waltz of chance and gloom you'll dance. A prickling sensation burns your shoulder, and the darkness at last fully withdraws from your mind. Whatever the injection was, it is making your heart beat a frenzied tattoo, and your pupils narrow so that you now register every detail of the disgusting place in which you have found yourself in merciless clarity. Well, I don't have a carouse, but there's 15%, okay. Look at your rescuer. Your eyes refuse to focus on the blurry figure of the person who came to your aid. He appears to be tall, and your mind emphatically refuses to continue, for every moment of concentration causes you suffering. I've seen you somewhere before. Who are you? A dream obscure of death, deliverance, illuminating will, and agony. Where am I? Among the shadows in the wings you lie, where taut are pulled the puppet master's strings. The stranger delicately links his fingers to mimic the tools of a puppeteer. My companions, where are they? Not here. The roles have been decided now, but if you play your part, perhaps the plot will draw you back together, or to doom. The figure's cruel laughter follows. This overture in verse, the final lines. The merchant's time to tread the boards has come. Embark you now upon your pilgrimage, and take my parting gift, a humble prop. The stranger deposits something in your hand and disappears into the twilight. Gift from beyond the grave. An unremarkable and weak pistol. The engraving covering its surface is far more valuable than any meagre stopping power it might possess. Okay, attempt to rise. You may have commanded multiple planets and millions of lives in your former life, but in this new reality, not even your own feet will obey you. As if to punish you for your arrogance, your disobedient limbs send a sharp jolt of pain up your body. Let's do the Iconoclast Adherent check. Remember all the people whose lives depend on you. Hundreds of faces flash before your mind's eye. Friends, subjects, and companions. The universe is cruel and full of darkness, and your will and determination are the only barrier between your loved ones and its crushing apathy and brutality. You have no right to die, not here and not now. Resoluteness floods your veins like incandescent plasma, and you make another attempt to get up. Okay, so I think we may have gained a new level of maybe not. I don't think we did get another Iconoclast step. I think this is just like a permanent buff. Gains 10 toughness. Very nice. Your bare feet feel like they are stuffed with rags and refuse to obey. You have to draw upon all your willpower to suppress the rebellion and stand upright. The pain that engulfs your whole body immediately makes you question the wisdom of this act of defiance. Find a way to escape Komorag. Yoicks!
There is a fervor in my soul.
The corpses smile at you with warmth and whisper quietly, "You are done with us. You are done with join us." It would be nice to have cleared that fresh injury. Darkened eye. You can feel something crawling inside your eye. You've lost most of the vision in it. Deformed bones. Your bones have deformed, curved, and misaligned, making your movements clumsy and your body feel alien. 100 wounds. Your body is mangled by cruel torture. You're on the verge of death. Yikes. Okay, let's have a quick look. So yeah, as I thought, we've lost all our stuff. I knew that was kind of going to happen. Down to 1 strength, 1 perception. We've been given a gun, but unfortunately ballistic skill isn't exactly our best thing we have going for us. We'll equip it anyway. Well, there we are. So, I think we'll leave it there for this time. When we come back, we'll venture into Komorag and see if we can find out a bit more about what's going on and hopefully escape. So I'll just say thanks very much for watching this episode. Lots of good main story stuff happening in this one. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you did, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be amazing. Leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you thought about this episode, the way the story's going, anything you like, really. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be amazing if you could do that as well. So thanks very much, and I'll hope to see you next time. Bye for now.